I read 6 books in the month of October, so let's go over with a yes, no, or maybe if I would recommend them. I read 4 fantasy and 2 romance, and I had a really good reading month because I had 2 5-star reads. The first book I read was Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Rose Hill series, which is a spin-off of the Chestnut Spring series. This first book follows Ford, who is Willa's brother, and we follow him as he reconnects with his childhood crush. Even though this wasn't my favorite book by her because I felt like there was something lacking in the romance for me, I'm always going to recommend Elsie Silver's books because they are just so much fun. The second book I read was my favorite book of the month, which was Servant of Earth. Everyone needs to read this book because it was such a fun romantasy. Kenna is our female main character, and she is a human who has to be a servant to one of the Fae houses. Her job is to make sure her mistress passes these trials because when Fae reach a certain age, they have to go through trials in order to get their full magic. But there is so much else that goes on in this book, and it was just so much fun. Third book I read was my reread of Morningstar via the graphic audio. I will keep this short and sweet. Everyone needs to read this series, and I loved it even more the second time around. The next book I read was Reign and Ruin, which is another romantasy book that was highly recommended to me, and I'm gonna say maybe because I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I really liked our female main character. She was just so strong and so smart, especially politically. Magic system was really cool. I just felt like there was something missing for me in it, but it was still a fun read. Then I read Wild Eyes, which is the second book in the Rose Hill series, and oh my god, Wes almost tops Theo for my favorite Elsie Silver man. I just really enjoyed the romance between Skylar and Wes, and his kids were such a cute addition to the story. I loved this book so much. The last book I read, which I literally just finished this morning, was Direbound, and this book was so good. It gives kind of Fourth Wing vibes, but with wolves, and I just loved everything about it. Marin is our female main character, and she is so strong. I loved her so much, and I thought this world was just so cool. It was just such a fast-paced read. Like, I feel like I never wanted to put it down because there was something always happening. I will say that I guess a lot of the plot twists, except one, the last one, I never saw coming, but it didn't take away from the story. My subconscious was just in detective mode, and I highly recommend it, and I cannot wait for book 2. Let me know what your favorite book from October was.